Njoli Square operates as the primary mobility interchange and economic center for Nelson Mandela Bay. Thousands of commuters pass through this node every day. It supports dense networks of informal trading and public transport operations. The foot traffic is intense and the raw commercial energy is constant. Yet, despite this proven demand and heavy daily usage, large-scale private investment remains largely absent. The physical environment has not evolved to match its actual economic output. A systemic barrier hidden beneath the legal surface currently traps this economic energy, keeping Njoli Square in a state of development gridlock. The root problem is cadastral fragmentation. The land at Njoli Square is divided into tiny, disconnected parcels. Compounding this is a severe zoning misalignment. Many parcels are legally designated residential one, even though the actual activity is highly commercial. Institutional developers require clean, legally compliant land to safely deploy capital. A fragmented grid of residential plots makes it impossible to design, permit, and construct cohesive, large-scale commercial facilities. The proposed Njoli Square business plan is designed specifically to resolve this. It acts as a rigorous statutory intervention to cure these foundational defects. To successfully attract private capital, the municipality must proactively align the legal parameters of the land with the verified economic reality of the market. To determine exactly what kind of development the market can support here, we have to look at the macroeconomic baseline across Nelson Mandela Bay. The feasibility data reveals a crucial constraint regarding retail. The broader catchment area already displays signs of commercial oversupply and existing mall vacancies. Expanding retail here requires highly curated tenant selection to avoid cannibalizing local trade. This chart projects housing demand over the next decade. The data shows a massive, isolated spike in demand strictly within the lower income brackets. Specifically, over 90% of all residential demand falls entirely within the subsidy, FLISP, GAP, and social housing sectors. These numbers confirm that the local market cannot absorb luxury apartments or speculative large-scale commercial centers. The purchasing power simply does not exist for premium offerings. Therefore, the data dictates that redevelopment must be strictly affordability-led. The infrastructure must be cost-sensitive, carefully scaled, and directly oriented toward existing community needs. To accommodate this precise scale of development, the Nelson Mandela Bay Municipality's first major intervention is physical land consolidation. By merging these fractured parcels and proactively securing the correct commercial and mixed-use zoning rights upfront, the local government entirely removes the regulatory risk that usually deters private developers. This reorganizes the chaotic grid into a clean blueprint, divided into 4 investment-ready zones. Sub-Precinct A serves as the mixed-use transport hub, B contains the formal trader market, C is for medical facilities, and D is reserved for enterprise expansion. This reconfiguration solves the cadastral problem. It turns a fragmented bureaucratic gridlock into a legally compliant investment-grade canvas. With the land now assembled and legally perfected, the municipality faces a critical question. How do you release these parcels to private developers without losing control over what actually gets built? The solution targets sub-precincts A, C, and D, which are earmarked for private capital investment. The municipality will dispose of this land using a mechanism called a sale with reversionary rights. Under this contract, the developer purchases the land with strict, time-bound performance obligations. If they fail to meet deadlines or alter zoning, ownership automatically reverts back to the municipality. These reversionary rights eliminate speculative land banking. They ensure the city is trading its assets for guaranteed physical infrastructure, protecting the public interest long after the initial sale. Sub-Precinct B, the operational core of the formal trader market, requires a different approach. Outright selling this specific land would disrupt existing livelihoods and is politically and socially unviable. Instead, the municipality will retain full ownership of the land and issue a long-term lease managed by a Special Purpose Vehicle, or SPV. This SPV structure balances external capital with local empowerment. The model allocates 75% of the equity to a corporate investor and 25% to a trader trust. This arrangement provides the corporate expertise needed to build durable facilities, while institutionalizing a legal, decision-making voice for the community trusts right at the boardroom table. Furthermore, the core public transport interchange located within Precinct A will remain a 100% municipal-owned asset, operated by a contracted facilities manager to guarantee unhindered public access. This dual governance strategy applies the right tool to the right space. It safely mobilizes private wealth for the commercial zones while rigorously protecting the community in the sensitive public zones. With the data, spatial, and legal frameworks established, the final step is translating this plan into physical infrastructure. Traditional municipal development often suffers from bureaucratic delays because tasks are completed sequentially. The Njoli plan utilizes a concurrent implementation approach where the statutory packaging phase and the bid preparation phase are stacked to run simultaneously. By drafting the municipal finance-compliant tender documents at the exact same time, the land consolidations and rezonings are being finalized. The administrative timeline is drastically compressed. This process allows for a frictionless transition. The moment the statutory framework is secured, the procurement process is ready to launch, moving the project immediately into the construction phase. Parallel processing guarantees that as soon as the land is legally perfected, it hits the market without a single day wasted. The redevelopment of Njoli Square relies on a sequence of specific, calculated actions, responding to empirical housing and retail data, consolidating fragmented cadastral boundaries, and deploying highly structured ownership models. The business plan provides a calibrated governance engine, converting the municipality's statutory powers into a predictable environment for growth. By utilizing these specific legal mechanisms, the municipality upgrades its statutory leverage to demand physical performance from every private partner. Approving this framework safely de-risks the environment, attracts vital private capital, and permanently formalizes Njoli Square as an inclusive economic powerhouse.